10 years ago, a group of 18 Canadian soldiers were deployed to protect our country's embassy in Libya. But they were soon living in near civil war conditions, leading to a long, drawn-out evacuation. Fast forward to today. The harrowing operation is still not publicly recognized, and the group wants to change that. Our Cristina Howorun joins us now with this true story and traumatic aftermath of Operation Lobe. Cristina, let's break this down for those who are not aware, because many aren't,
right,
about what happened in Libya 10 years ago.
So 10 years ago, Libya was dealing with the aftermath of the Benghazi affair, and that's when a group of terrorists attacked the American embassy, killing the American ambassador and several other American diplomats. You know, Gaddafi had been taken out. This is a country now that's in transition, and many different militias are controlling different areas. So when Operation Lobe started with the original rotation, so rotation 0, it was a dynamic situation, but it was relatively calm. So fast forward to the 6th rotation, they arrive in early 2014, and we're still dealing with a fairly calm situation, but then Al-Qaeda starts arriving there. ISIS starts showing up. And over the course of just a couple of weeks, things changed dramatically. So this group that was there, and many of them are police officers in their training, and their whole goal is to protect the embassy and Canadian interests there. All of a sudden, they're living in civil war-like conditions. And they're about to come home, and a new rotation is on its way. And this happens on July 14th, 2014, and the airport is destroyed. Different militant groups and terrorist organizations had completely demolished the airport. There is now no way out of Libya. Within the next couple of days, the American embassy closes. They leave. So now the Canadians are, have a big target on their back because they're one of the biggest embassies still operating in Libya at the time. You have a group of trained soldiers, but certainly not special forces,
right,
who now have to do something that has never been done before. These guys and women, they have pistols and rifles. They're up against people who have machine guns and RPGs and actual war ammunition and war materials. And they have to evacuate the embassy and travel 800 kilometers to get to safety in Tunis, Tunisia, to the next embassy. And so this group of soldiers are able to do this. And yet here we are 10 years later, and they have never been recognized for the evacuation itself. You don't have any level of merit. It's not even listed as an official operation. And you have to wonder why. Why wasn't this shared? Because you have a group of soldiers who did incredible things that they were not trained to do.
Pulled off what was, in this incredible feat, let's say,
yeah,
right? But why would that be that they wouldn't be recognized? Now, I know you're going to talk about that, but you had an opportunity to speak with a number of the individuals who were involved in this operation. And I can only imagine it was an emotional experience speaking with them about what had happened and where they are today.
Well, and it is. And I think that we're going to hear from now retired Sergeant Steve Cruikshanks, who talks about the importance of actually recognizing this group. And I think we've got a clip now.
Something could be done, something should be done, and I think it would do it would be a great gesture, because there's some people on that task force that are hurting. I might be one of them. And I care enough to talk about it. And I'll continue to talk about it until I think that justice has been done.
Cristina, what does that recognition mean for them? We got a piece of that from who you just spoke with, but to be officially recognized, what do you think it will do for all of those members?
One thing that a couple of the soldiers that I've spoken with said, they don't think that it'll help, it'll fix some of the mental health issues that many of them continue to struggle with. But right now, they haven't been recognized. In fact, their accomplishments aren't even acknowledged. So if you look at the operations that our military have conducted, and you can see a whole list, Operation Lobe online, Operation Lobe isn't even listed. This was not something that was well publicized. So you have these men and women who have done a feat that has never been accomplished before. And it's a feat that was accomplished by a group of people that were outgunned, under-equipped, not trained in this area, and they pulled it off, and they pulled it off with no casualties, with nobody getting really hurt.
Which is incredible.
It's absolutely incredible. And to have them actually have it listed, but also to have a merit, to have at the very least, and I'm not 100% familiar with all of the different awards that that these men and women can earn, but to have some sort of medal or badge, something that they can wear on their uniform, I know that it would mean a lot to them.
I know you explore in your two-part series here. You spoke with government officials and you talked about why there is a time limitation. I encourage our viewers to go to our website, citynews.ca, look at this two-part story that you have put together so beautifully to tell their story. And there is an explanation as to why, but there are still question marks there. Cristina, I appreciate this. Thank you so much for bringing us this story.
Well, thank you for your time, Melanie.